There we go. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome to the Women's Wellness Network. Today we have the beautiful Stacey McDaniel. McDaniel or McDaniels? Does it have an S on the end?
No S,
No S.
McDaniel.
McDaniel. See, I always want to get people's names correct so that they can find you. That's important.
That is important. Good point.
It's very important. So, welcome here to the Women's Wellness Network. How are you?
Good. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for inviting me. I'm glad to be here.
Wonderful. So, why don't you tell us a little bit about, well, first of all, where are you in the world?
I am in Asheville, North Carolina. So I'm in the mountains, the Blue Ridge Mountains of North Carolina. And we moved here from California 6 years ago. So I was in California almost 25 years, but now we've been here 6 years.
That's a big move across the country.
Yes, yes, one coast to the other.
Lovely. Was there any particular reason why you went there, or just thought you'd check it out?
My husband was familiar with the area, and then we knew we wanted to move. And when we visited, I mean, we visited. It was my first time here. He'd been here before. We stayed for 5 days, and on the last day, we bought a house. We just fell in love with the area. So it was one of those just divine moments of this feels absolutely right.
How wonderful. Yeah. If the universe calls, you should listen, right?
Yes, yes.
Fantastic. Oh, that's so awesome. So why don't you tell us a little bit about what it is that you do? I love what you do.
Thank you. I love what I do too. I consider myself an energy healer. I work one-to-one with people. I work in group sessions. I also teach classes on some of the modalities that I use, and for people to increase their own intuition, increase their own channeling and connecting with the higher realms. And I absolutely love it. I originally, my first career, I was an acupuncturist and an herbalist for 15 years. I had a clinical space, and I've slowly just made this transition into using different modalities that that I can do from anywhere, that I can do over Zoom, and I'm not limited to people just in my local community. And I really love that aspect. And I just love the transformations that occur with the work that I do. I've been through major transformations myself with this work. And so now bringing that into sessions and teaching others as well is really important to me.
Awesome. So is there one facet of your practice that you like the best?
Gosh, not really, because I almost feel like every piece that I do, I have a lot of tools in my toolkit, um, is useful in certain instances. I do a lot of Rahanni celestial healing. And I also do a lot of Akashic records, readings, and healings. Those are probably my two main modalities that I use. But a lot of times everything in my toolbox gets kind of mashed together in a session as well. So we just go with the flow of the moment. But I do think it's really important, because a lot of times when people are coming in to work with me, a lot of times it's multi-layered, right? And so being able to look at it and work at it from all these different angles gets a bigger healing, a bigger clearing. So yeah, I don't know that I could choose one. It's more just what fits the situation for this moment, for this person.
That's perfect. And I think that's the best part about having so many things in your toolkit, because all of us are individuals and you never
Absolutely.
know what you're going to need at that moment. Okay,
Yes.
now I heard Rahanni celestial healing.
Yes.
Please tell us more about that.
It's a beautiful modality. I also teach it as well. It comes in on the pink ray of love and compassion. So it clears these lower fear-based energies, these heavier energies, these heavier emotions, and replaces them with the higher frequencies. So people they'll feel more relaxed. I just had a session with somebody this morning and she was like, wow, I feel so relaxed, because it not only relaxes your body, your mind, your emotions, your energy field. And so it relaxes you on so many levels. And so we bring in those higher frequencies of whatever we want to work on, whatever we're looking to anchor in. So I do a lot of clearing of the lower frequencies, anchoring in the higher energies and the higher frequencies of self-confidence, motivation, inspiration. I do a lot of grounding with people as well. We do a lot of grounding, opening up the heart, feeling safe in your body. We'll do that as well. And so Rahanni Celestial Healing works with ascended masters, works with archangels. So Jesus will come through in my healings, Mother Mary, Archangel Gabriel. I mean, who so many, like, and honestly, when I'm working with people, what actually happens is they tend to line up to like come in and help with the healing. And sometimes I have to back them up a little bit. I'm like, okay, everybody, one at a time, because there's so much support for us. And they're so eager to help. So I just kind of have to like bring them in one at a time, but that's what we do with this session. And we'll work on different areas of the body or different chakras, and doing the clearing and the amplifying as well. And in fact, just for those who either haven't heard of it or are curious to experience it, I have a YouTube channel with over 150 videos. And some of those videos are just me doing the healing. And some of them, I do have some live sessions where I'm taking healing requests from those who show up live. And so you can experience that way if you're really curious and just want to dip your toe in and see, how does this feel? Like, what is an experience of it seem like? So
Oh, I love this. See, this is perfect. This is exactly what this channel is about. The Women's Wellness Network is about bringing in things that people may not have heard of or have, a little understanding of, or they're a little bit nervous of. Like that, what you do is what a great way to offer it. I love
yeah.
that.
Yes, I like to offer a lot of opportunities for people to connect and to work with me. So I've got the free stuff on YouTube. I do my group healings. I do one-on-one, because in my past, I went through a lot of struggle with my own personal health, physically, mentally, and emotionally. And at that time, I had a lot of student debt from acupuncture school. And I was also going back to school to get my doctorate in acupuncture as well. And I was running a clinic. And I was living in one of the most expensive spots in the US. So it's really important for me to offer things at different price points for people, because back then, I was learning a lot of stuff off YouTube. I was getting a lot of help off of YouTube. That's how I wouldn't say that's how I learned EFT, because I took classes, but I was finding people on YouTube to help me with their EFT videos. So it's really important for me to get that out there to people who need all the different price points.
Absolutely. Well, there you go. That's caring is sharing, and sharing is caring.
Yes.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
That's so nice. So, you had a bit of challenge yourself. Is that what brought you into to like acupuncture to begin with, or yes?
Yes. Yeah, so some people know my story. I'm very open about it, but I started having health challenges from a young age, starting in high school. You're supposed to be flourishing in high school, right? And it was right around, I think it started in 10th grade, and then especially in 11th and 12th grade, a lot of fatigue, and I thought it was normal. And I was an athlete. I was a dancer. I was a gymnast. I ran track. I did soccer. And I thought it was normal to feel absolutely exhausted all of the time. Then I moved into college. And that's where I discovered herbal medicine. And so I was really on this quest of, I know that I can feel better. I know that I can feel better. When I was very young, I had abundant health. So I had that template.
Mm.
And so it was this journey of, how do I get back to how I used to feel? And so that led me to herbal medicine, studying herbal medicine for 6 years at a very deep level, which led me to acupuncture school. And because you learn Chinese herbs in acupuncture school, that's why I went to acupuncture school, was to learn the herbal medicine. The Chinese are master herbalists. And I fell in love with acupuncture very quickly. Within the first week, I'm sold. I'm sold. Okay, I like this acupuncture. And then opened my practice in 2004. And then it was, my health was up and down still. I used to say acupuncture saved my life, and it really did. But it was like I kept making these like gains with my health, but not to where I wanted to be. So it's been this journey of, I kept adding in things. And I found emotional freedom technique around 2011, 2012. That was kind of like I actually went through a big breakdown, where the life I had created for myself, I could not keep up. And a lot of depression, anxiety, still struggling with my fatigue issues, chronic fatigue, my long history with that, and agoraphobia. And so, I never knew what agoraphobia was until I had it. And then I was like, this is agoraphobia. And I'm glad I do not have it anymore. And the reason I share these things is for people to understand what I have been through and what I have transformed. So with the EFT, I was doing like hours of EFT on myself a day in order to show up to the life I created for myself. It was either that or shut everything down and go hide out for a few months and heal. And I wasn't about to do that. So I was doing acupuncture on myself or getting it done, doing massive amounts of EFT. And it was around this time I started studying. I shouldn't say studying, because I was getting it done. I started learning about energy healing, and I was fascinated by it. And I also thought, I can't do that. I don't know how to do that. I do acupuncture, herbal medicine, I do EFT. So I was getting it done, lots and lots of it. And it's been this transition of like getting it done on myself to finally, maybe around like 2017, 2018, getting a little more serious about learning it. And then 2019, 2020, really just doing deep dives with it. And so that's where I'm at now. And along the way, just continuing to heal myself more and more and more. And now I feel really good. I have to be gentle with myself. I can't overdo it, but I do feel pretty amazing. My energy is good. My mood is good, and as someone who really struggled with depression, anxiety, agoraphobia, like the fact that like, I wake up on the bright side, is miraculous to me through just using these natural tools. So it's definitely part of my mission to be here to share that with others, to support others who are going through hard times or hard things, or even just, I work with a lot of people who have already done a lot of healing on themselves, and they just want to take it to the next level. So all of the above, all of the above is what I work with.
That's awesome. I mean, like healing ourselves is, of course, has to be number one because we can't help anybody if we can't help ourselves.
Yeah.
And getting to that place where you feel like, oh, I want to get up in the morning and oh, I get to do this. It's good, right? I mean, I
Yeah.
get that. I totally understand that. And I'm also had studied integrative energy healing. So we're like, kind of going around the same bushes here.
Absolutely, absolutely. Maybe just looking at it from a different direction, but we're in the same, we're in the same garden.
Definitely. Okay, for people that don't know what agoraphobia is, could you please tell our viewers?
Yeah, it's like the fear of being in public, the fear of like stepping out your door. And I have a lot of sympathy for those who are struggling with that, because it's a really difficult place to be. Yeah, there's a lot of social anxiety with it as well.
Yeah, so I'm just wondering, have you noticed an increase in that sort of thing since COVID?
I would think so. Yeah, absolutely. It does seem like people have more hesitancy. Um, I think COVID kept us so nice and cozy in our homes that we've gotten sometimes a little too comfortable there. So yeah, I do think it has exacerbated it, whether it's just a little bit more social anxiety or whether it's, to agoraphobia, it's
Right.
affected a lot of people.
Yeah. Well, I think that's, your the ways that you can offer people healings, you don't have to go to them. They don't have to come to you, right?
Yeah,
They can be in their home and get healing from there. And
yeah,
that's a blessing. And that's a blessing because
it is.
yeah, we didn't used to have this sort of thing. And now it's like there's no excuses for us to not heal and at least attempt it because everything, like you said, you have your YouTube that has free things. Um, you have all these different modalities. There's something for everybody out there, I think.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. And I absolutely love the fact that I can do sessions online. It just has really simplified my life, to be honest. So
Well, that
I'm
makes
really
you a
grateful
better
for that.
healer too, I would think, because then you have one less stress upon yourself.
Yes, absolutely.
So if people are looking to connect with you, where will they find you, Stacey?
I've got a website, brightlighthealing.com. There is a dash in between bright and light and healing. There's dashes in there. But you can also find me on YouTube under my name, Stacey McDaniel. You can also find me on Instagram, Stacey McDaniel, Bright Light Healing. And yeah, those are the main spots.
Okay, that's fantastic. We'll put some of that information in the comments so that people can connect with you. Do you have anything else you'd like to share before we go?
Gosh, do I have anything else I'd like to share? Um, I don't know, not really. I mean, I do feel like part of my job here is to inspire and to let it be known that you can transform your life. So wherever you're at, whatever limiting beliefs, I do a lot of work with limiting beliefs and clearing those limiting beliefs that say this can't happen or it's always going to be like that. And replace it with empowering beliefs. So yeah, that's just part of my mission here, is to help, you know, light up the path for those who want to follow, of how you can transform your life, transform your body, your mind, your emotions, your spirit. So
Perfect. Beautiful. Well, that's what we're here doing on the Women's Wellness Network. We're shining lights and we're following lights. We're
I
all going
love
the same
that.
place in the end, right? We're all going the same place. We just take different directions to get there. That's all.
Absolutely. Absolutely. There's a lot of ways to get there. Which path do you want to take?
Exactly. Thank you so much for coming on today. And I have to say one more thing. I love your background.
Thank you. It's one
Isn't
of
it
my
cool?
favorites.
Yes, the interview I saw you on before had a different one, but I think
Yes.
I like this one.
Yes, I wanted to like really bring in that pink energy from Rahanni.
Yes.
So the love, the compassion, the gentleness, the support. I just thought it would be a great background for this group.
Yeah, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. And so are you. Thank you so much for coming today. And
You
maybe we'll
as
see you
well.
again sometime. So if
Yes,
you
thank
want
you
to,
so much.
okay, yeah, it would be great. Anybody watching, if you want to connect with Stacey, we'll put the information in the comments. And until next time, be well.
Blessings, everybody. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Stacey. It's my new laptop's giving me heartburn. I'm glad people are